All right, good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at what's happening in the markets. You guys can see here a chart of the futures prices kind of in this rising channel here. You had this spinning top doji candle here that finished yesterday. And now you have this, we're up on the day here, but price needs to get above this 2906 kind of area to continue upwards. So you can see some resistance up, if it continues over this 2906 area, you can see some resistance right in that 2940s area. So we're going to see if this market's going to continue to rise and keep going up. Good morning, Musha. How are you? All right, so let's take a look at some from the watch list and trade ideas. You guys can see right here with NBY. We had this on the watch list from last night, and you can see this one right now is at a pre-market high of 478. So this one is moving up. You can see right in this 5 to 529-ish range. See if this will continue and get above that 478 area and continue up and see if it can get above $5 area. So NBY will be one that we are taking a look at. Next up, awesome to hear, Masha. HCR. This one, not doing much of anything pre-market. So we were seeing if this one can get above that, kind of this 250-ish area and continue upwards. And then it would be, some resistance between $3 and that 50 SMA, right around that 325 area. So at this point, HCR not looking so hot. What's this one here? AVCO. This one is gapping up a little bit. Not much volume pre-market. But if this can continue and get above that 260-ish area, this has some room. Just want to keep an eye on it towards this gap area here. So if this can get above 250-ish area, see if the moving average lines will cross and start to push price up. So that's right. We have a combination, guys, of, our stock watch list that we post every night on our website, as well as trade ideas. Because some of these will move, either right at open or they'll take some time. So that's why, where people are looking at ones on trade ideas, don't sleep on our watch list, because our watch list many times will move up when everybody's distracted by trade ideas. Next up, let's actually go over to our website right now at bullishbears.com. You'll see, again, we post our day trade watch list every day over here. And then we post our swing trade watch list several times a week. We didn't post a swing trade watch list for today from last night, just because the market was in that kind of that indecision mode. So we do, again, post our watch list at night here, but we do post our trade ideas, top gappers on the day every day here. And let's take a look at some that are running this morning. Let's take a look again. So NBY is hitting trade ideas, and it was on our watch list. Let's look at JAGX. So we'll put that one over here. And so JAGX looks like it has some news. It's gapping up pre-market. You can see pre-market high of that 1285. And let's take a look further. Right here. So you can see moved up, kind of coming back to the moving average lines, moved up, coming back down here. So now we're going to see it open. Will it hold the moving average lines, continue, and see if price can get above that $13-ish range. So definitely keep an eye on JAGX. MOTS. Let's look at that one. That one kind of pumped up to 570, and it's really kind of bearish right now. Kind of has a descending triangle look to it. So not looking so hot at the moment. PRVB, that was one that was running yesterday. And it's kind of still kind of a yo-yo, kind of a descending triangle-ish. So not liking that one at the moment. Let's take a look at a couple of the bigger ones. I'm going to let you guys take a look at our swing trade room this morning. So we'll pop in on Rose, see what she's up to. You can see here on 3M. This one might be one to keep an eye on because it's got kind of a V-bottom pattern. If this can get above 170 right here, this one may continue upwards. It might have a reversal. Now, it had a shooting star kind of pattern right here, but if it can get above the 170 that you see in pre-market, this one might be one to watch. If it can get above that 170 area, it might have a chance to continue upwards. Again, on the hourly, it's kind of clear. So you kind of have this inverse head and shoulders on the hourly. And it's poking up there pre-market. So if it can get above 170, 3M is definitely one to potentially keep an eye on. So let's take a look at 3M for a larger cap stock. Again, kind of that V-bottom pattern and kind of an ascending triangle-ish. You can see kind of like right here. Right, so you kind of have these higher lows forming. You have a peak up here. This could fail and do a double top failure, but if it can get above 170, it might have a chance to break out. Let's look at American Express. So American Express, it's kind of right at angular resistance right now. It's a little bit overextended, so it could still break out. At the moment, it's just a little bit more overextended than I'd like to see. Apple possibly doing a kind of a cup and handle-ish pattern intraday. If Apple can get above that 195-ish level, might have some room to run. I'd like to see it a little bit better than that, but let's look at the hourly. Well, maybe. Might be setting up here if it can get above that 195 level. I still like 3M a little bit better. You guys can see some of the larger caps are a little bit more difficult because the market's kind of in some resistance / indecision level, so we got to keep an eye on it. Again, let it choose a direction, whether it's going to choose to go up or down. Cat is moving a little bit up pre-market. Let's look at Caterpillar here. So Caterpillar, if it can get above that 127.39 level, it's up pre-market. So this one might be one to keep an eye on as well. Kind of, the only problem with this one, though, is you have these diagonal flag patterns, so you got to be, it gets a little bit careful. You got to be a little bit more careful when it gets overextended like this. You want to see it break outwards, and many times this will hit resistance and start to fail. But Cat may be one to potentially keep an eye on as well. So I'm going to go into the, that's why Angel says she likes day trading options. Exactly. These are very, very profitable to day trade, these higher cap stocks. And we teach all this stuff in our trade rooms. So again, if you guys head over to our website, bullishbears.com, again, we post both our day trade and watch in our swing trade watch list. Day trade watch list every day, swing trade watch list several times a week. And we post trade ideas, gappers right over in here. So today we'll take a look in our swing trade room. I'll let you guys take a look for 15-20 minutes or so. We'll listen to Rose and see what she has to say. Rose does futures and some larger cap stocks, so we'll kind of go pop in there and show you guys what's happening in there this morning.
This explains everything. So it's basically exactly the same. So let's take a look at the chart and see what the move was. I don't see a major move, to be honest with you, neither on NASDAQ. But let's look at the small Dow. Dow, on the other hand, going sideways. But hold on, I lost. Sometimes I lose connection and I need to reset it. Chart stop. So let me do that real quick. Okay, hold on. Trying to establish my connection. Okay, back in. All right, chart's the same. So let me go back to ES. All right, so on ES chart, just like this was charted yesterday, and then I had to adjust the targets and everything for today slightly, but it's same bullish sentiment that market is basically taking price up high. But yesterday we looked at this, but I think I was on a 4,000 tick chart, not 5,000 tick chart, or maybe I was on a 15 minute. Yes, I was on a 15-minute chart. And those of you who were following the ES, now, do you guys remember how I was telling you this is a megaphone pattern? And when I left the trade room around 11:30, 12, we were here. And we were grinding this upper level that I have connected. At that time, we didn't even break out. And I said, look for a brief breakout because we need to test. At that time, this resistance was a little bit down below. Not only we tested it, we broke out. And then what does a megaphone pattern do? When it comes all the way up and gets rejected, where does it go? It's going to come back all the way down here. It could come back in levels, but it is coming back down here. So I told you guys around 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe 1:30-ish, we should be coming down here. So if you look at the chart from yesterday, I think sometime around 2 o'clock, look, literally right on the dot about 2 o'clock, we came all the way down and touched this level. So you were giving that, you could have just sold this. And I mean, this right here, this combo, okay, this evening star combo, okay, or shooting, this is not a shooting star is like this, with a tiny small wick below, but a big wick up there. This is a doji. This gives you a perfect evening star, a bearish combo. And then the next one is literally more than 50% into this bull candle, literally like 60% maybe, signaling you that you should be selling this market, and it goes right back inside this pattern. So if you even started the sell right here, you should have actually sold this. This was given to you. Then you would have actually made 13-point move, okay? Started around noon. So this was about a 2-hour ride. In 2 hours, you would have made 13 point, right? And plus, it actually did strength move, just like I said, and then pull back another strength move. It never comes down in one big, okay, move because this is such a wide megaphone pattern. Bullish Bears has a megaphone pattern, how to trade megaphone patterns on stocks or ETFs or futures or whatever the market, doesn't matter. It works the same way. We have a video on the, and it's a free video. It's also on our blog, Bullish Bears blog, explained to you in written and with a video that is very well made. If you're not familiar and not sure how to trade them, go watch, okay? Because it's perfect. Look, it's doing the strength move, already signaling you. A strength move always does a pullback, brief pullback. That's that area institutions are building more positions to sell the market back down to the bottom of the megaphone. And that's it, 13 points. 13 points, there are 4 ticks in each point. So you got a 13 times 4, that gives you 52 ticks roughly. That $12.50 in each tick, that would give you $650 with single contract of ES. And a single contract, discounted single contract, a day trader margin only requires a $500 with, discounted brokerage firms like Ninja Trader and a bunch of others out there. So that if you have, say, a $2,000 funds in your account, say, I would never recommend you to use the 50% of your funds, right? You should only use less than 1/3. So say you have about, $2,500 and you're using only one contract, which is $500. That is a safe way to trade. That will give you $650. But if you have 2 contracts, if you use 2 contracts, then you already made in 2 hours $1,300 profit. I mean, we identify these moves way ahead of time, so you have plenty of time to plan your, entry exit, and this is all done with price action. So be here early, get these charts, plug these onto your own charts, and and plan your trades. It will only help you. And while yesterday, when none of this was there, but I found these swing levels. Remember these swing levels? Like right here, these wicks are very important clues that this was market one time was a one big bull candle, only came down, pretty much down, but it's going to go back and revisit that area. Look, there's a swing level here. There's a swing level here. There's a huge swing level here. I marked these for you. And when I said, when this market starts to fall, starts to get rejected, look for a rejection combo like this, then you have first profit target right here on this swing level. Then you have a second profit target right on this level and a third level profit target on this swing level. And look, I was right on the money. So, I mean, it's all given to you. Might as well test it out, use it, right? So, and then overall on the 15-minute, we already found this area, which was a major support area. Market is already showing you that it didn't even come back down here. It's showing you, look how much high, right? Look at this level and look at that level. We didn't even come back down and retest this area. We kept going. So this tells you already bulls are in control, and bulls are going to take this market back to this level. I've explained to you also why they would come up there. Why? Because this is such a strong, rejection. This is therefore a supply area. And supply area will attract the price back up there once again, right? So by making a cup and a handle and up, and look where we are now, right? So this is all given to you. Now that we are on the daily above the support, take a look at here. We do have a daily objective. We might actually try to get up there maybe before noon, who knows. But right now we're getting rejection candles, all right? So you keep an eye on this rejection here on the 15-minute chart. So now here we are, it's 9:30. This is the result of that PPI report. This is the result of that move. And I've already posted pre-market hours saying that watch out, that there is a report is going to be released 8:30, but you will get the reaction.
All right, guys. So just coming back, give you guys a few minute preview in our swing trade room today. We have lots of diverse traders in our community. I'd like to show you guys both our day trading, swing trading room, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at just some of the ones we were looking at earlier, show you guys where things are at. Let's see what's happening in them. Show you guys what to look for. As you guys can see with NBY, I was showing you guys pre-market high right up here of 478. You can see so far at open, it's fading. So at this point, you kind of have this head, kind of left shoulder, kind of head and shoulders-ish potential pattern forming. So now you can see support levels down right here, this 350 and previous close level. So it's a little bit bearish at the moment. HCR, that was one from our watch list. Keep an eye on it. You can see had a morning star pattern yesterday. Moving average lines are pinching. See if they can cross and get price above that 250-ish level. Again, it's just right around that 255 level. If it can break above there, you can see not a ton of volume, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Keep an eye on it. Maybe it gets 200,000-300,000 volume. It might be one of those ones that kind of gets a slow breakout while everybody's kind of distracted elsewhere. This may, again, if it breaks out, maybe it has a chance to go, 20 or 30 cents. Maybe you can scalp 10 or 15 cents out of it. It's a higher float stock. So again, it's not going to pump really or dump on you typically because it's higher float. It's not a low floater. So again, keep an eye on HCR. See if it can get above that 255 level and hold. And then ideally get above 260. If it can get above 260, then probably look at like that 274 level as well. So again, maybe setting up here. You can see it's kind of bouncing off that 9 EMA, kind of forming maybe a pennant-ish pattern. But again, it needs to get above, kind of that 255, 260 level. Let's take a look. You can see some of the other ones, not really much volume. Kirk, let's look at that one. So Kirk was on the watch list. I was showing you guys last night. This one has kind of another morning star pattern. I said let's watch it to see if it can get above yesterday's high, that 238 level. So far it is, but now you have this high wave candle. So ideally you want to see it hold and give you a clearer cut pattern. Again, it's only 10 minutes into market open, but you can see clearly support at that 240-ish level. So see if a pattern forms, if it'll kind of hold back, maybe give you a flag pattern for maybe an entry. But the problem is, again, it's got that high wave candle and that gets a little bit messy. And you can see rejected right at 250, which is that $50 amount. So kind of go in here onto a 1 minute chart and see, so you had this kind of this, right here. It's got that 250-ish level. At this point, I'd like to see it get above that 250. So maybe, again, it might be forming a possible ascending triangle. Got to watch and see. But it's got to contend right here with that wick. So it wants to, if you want to trade this, you want to see it break and hold that 250 level. Just remember, it's got to contend with that wick right up here. So you can kind of see these ones right here, right at open. You can see it kind of formed that a little bit of an ascending triangle here. If you had gotten in potentially on this candle here, that little pause candle, you would have had, there's a chance, to make potentially 10 cents. So as you can see, by the way, keep an eye on this possible ascending triangle forming. So I just like to show you guys this angle of things. It's just a different way. Because our watch lists, they do fire off at about a 90, about 90+% a week on average trigger rate. So this is a way where if you're looking to day trade, many times, these ones might get 300,000-400,000 volume, not a lot like trade ideas, but, they might run 20 or 30 cents, at times where you can go and scalp 10 cents on one that's not going super crazy in the morning compared to ones on trade ideas. It's just all a matter of your preference and how you want to trade. Right now, it's, like I was telling you guys, got to be careful of this wick right up here. So kind of keep an eye on it. Either this is going to be a double top failure and fail the moving average lines, or, it might form an ascending triangle and give you a little bit of a, pattern to keep an eye on. It's all contending on that wick, that upper wick on the high wave candle that's causing this issue. So you can see it's bouncing off the 9 EMA. Just kind of watch and see if it'll give you a chance. If you were to take an entry and you get a candlestick on a 1 minute, let's say it forms and gives you a decent setup. If it fails and you start getting a close below the 9 EMA, you might want to consider stopping out. Or, you could wait for it to break out above 250, retest and hold 250, and then potentially get an entry then using 250-ish area as your stop level. Let's take a look at JAGX. So you can see this one right here. Really messy pattern on a 5 minute. This one at open just really took off. Came back down. You may have considered in this area here. I like to see a little bit more of a pattern, but you can see it kind of failed. Pre-market high, came back down. Right up in here, this is a little bit, I like to see more of a clearer cut pattern. This is not my style right here of trading. So this one kind of went and took off, kind of had this U-bottom breakout. Now at this point, I personally would like to see a pattern form, like a pullback, give a better 5 minute setup. But you can see these candle wicks are a little bit all over the place this morning. Let's take a look at 3M. That was one I was looking at on the pre-market. So 3M, look at that, right? See a couple high wave candles here, or a high wave candle right here. Pokes just a little bit above pre-market, pulling right back down. So at this point, it kind of has a head, a left shoulder, possible head and shoulders pattern. But again, this area of resistance, very important, that 170-ish area. If it can get above and hold, that's one to keep an eye on for some potential continuation upwards. So just wanted to give you guys, again, another sneak preview here just to show you guys. So you can see we have a full-scale trading community. We have lots of going on. We do it for a couple hours every morning. So you'll see in our day trade, our swing trade room, lots of different types of trading styles. We do penny stocks, day trading options, swing trading options, go over futures as well. So again, couple trade rooms over here. We do post our day trade watch list daily on our website, so make sure that you bookmark this page and check it each night. Our swing trade watch list is posted several times a week based upon market conditions, obviously. And we do offer both real-time trade alerts and trade alert setups. There are two different types of trade alerts that we offer to our community. Our setups are ones that you just kind of see each night with our watch list. You can put the levels into your brokerage account and decide when you want to take a trade. Or you could do our real-time trade alerts, which are on larger cap stocks. So you can follow our options trades that we make. So make sure you read about the two different types of alerts that we offer here. And then we also have several $1,000s worth of free courses. So make sure you register, take our free courses. And again, great places to practice our courses are in our trade rooms. So the link will be below. You can try us out for 14 days. Try our alerts out, try our trade rooms, all that good stuff. So again, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you in our community. Enjoy.